Love that support. All right. Are you ready to follow that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll try.
Let's do it. Yeah. All right. I'm Dustin, Strategic Advisor at Metaplex. This is Kevin, co-founder of Underdog, and we're here to talk to you a little bit today about the future of Metaplex. All right? Let's just get right into it. Everybody loves bar graphs, right? These are real crowd pleasers. So let's jump in. This is a real beauty, though. This is the total mint in gray of Solana NFTs and Metaplex. And then in green, bubblegum compressed NFTs.
Up and to the right.
Up and to the right, that's right. This is a really great chart for a couple of different reasons, right? One, it gives us a lot of things to brag about on Twitter. Very important. Two, it shows us that we are going into a very unique opportunity of enterprise adoption of compressed NFTs. But if compressed NFTs are going to be the lifeblood of the global state machine that is Solana, we're going to have to overcome a couple of big barriers. Number one, decentralized standards. The top-down authority of the Solana NFT token, as it stands now, both Bubblegum and Candy Machine, brings a very unique single point of failure to all Solana NFTs, right? Furthermore, CNFTs are incredibly complex to work with. They take very talented devs. They take a lot of infrastructural costs, potentially, and they're just generally unwieldy, right? So with all of that in mind, we're going to get back to that decentralized point in a few minutes. But right now, I've asked Kevin from Underdog to talk a little bit about how technically we think we can capitalize on this compressed NFT opportunity.
To capitalize on the compressed NFT opportunity, we have to do more than just mint millions of monkey pictures. Hey! The blockchain is just a public database, a shared space that anyone can read and write to. NFTs are a data standard, a human-readable and understandable way to bring data on-chain. So that means we need to solve two problems. We need to bring data on-chain. How do we write to the chain as easily as possible? And the second is reading from the chain. That data that we've uploaded, how do we integrate it into our products and applications? The problem today is that the solutions for these bundled services are too spread out. Enterprises will never use the blockchain as long as it's both harder and more expensive to read and write to the blockchain. The solutions that exist today are one, you can mint your own compressed NFT, create your own Merkle trees and use Bubblegum and start minting. At Underdog, we've done a lot of work to make it as easy as possible to mint a compressed NFT just by hitting a single API endpoint. Now that this data is on-chain, we need to get this data back. Metaplex Foundation has created the DOS API, and you can use it by either spinning one up yourself or working with an existing RPC provider that supports DOS. If you want to do more than just these simple read and write operations, it still requires building your own custom program. At Underdog, we have a product called Passport that gives you the power of programs without having to build your own. The solutions that exist today still require stitching together multiple services or building a solution from the ground up. The goal of the Metaplex utility layer is to take the decentralized infrastructure that is Solana and the interoperable data standards that are the Metaplex NFT programs and make it as easy as building a Web 2 product to build on the blockchain and use NFTs. Enterprises don't want to chew glass, so let's do it for them. The Metaplex utility layer has 4 core pillars. The first is a single API layer to get all of your NFT metadata. The second is interoperability, allowing data providers to index and snapshot the NFTs that they care about. The third is data storage, CDNs to store, resize, and stream the off-chain metadata. And finally, we're wrapping the Metaplex utility layer into enterprise-grade SDKs that allow you to verticalize the NFT stack and integrate it into products and technology stacks that exist today. Now I'm going to hand it off to Dustin to talk more about how we're going to progressively decentralize the Metaplex utility layer.
Thank you, Kevin. I really appreciate that. So now that you know that we are building a community-run, progressively decentralized utility layer, let's talk about what progressively decentralized means. Right? So before I mentioned the top-down authority nature of the token standard, identifying that Solana NFTs and the ecosystem is larger than one company or one organization is absolutely vital in securing its future. That is why we are building a distributed functional governance protocol that will hand the power of the token standard back to where it belongs, you, the builders. I'm happy to report that this is not just wishful thinking and that we are working directly with the Solana Foundation to move the programmatic control of the Solana NFT token standard into a third-party security firm that can watch over it while we put this distributed governance protocol in place. To sum everything up here, what we're trying to do is a few things. We want to introduce flexibility. I want you to mint with who you want to mint with. I want you to work with who you want to work with. I want you to use the tools that you find valuable and not have them forced upon you. I want to continue at Metaplex to work with partners like Kevin at Underdog Protocol to build tools that reduce the entry barrier into compressed NFTs. And as we all know, a high tide rises all boats. If we can reduce that entry layer into utilizing CNFTs, we can see greater adoption, and especially greater adoption into the enterprise use cases. Our motto is simple: be useful. We at Metaplex are here to be useful to you, the builder, the coder, the ecosystem. And with that in mind, I want to talk about one thing very particularly: fees. Blanket fees can disabuse builders from seeking enterprise growth. It's just a fact. So I want to be very clear about this. There will continue to be no protocol minting fees on CNFTs moving forward from Metaplex. We see the Metaplex utility layer as enabling creators to build with flexibility at the scale that only Solana can provide. This is a future that we hope you will build with us. We're happy to have Kevin here building it with us. And thank you for listening to us today. Have a great day.